Namaskar, good evening. This is Simran Singh and welcome to the brand new episode of Notable Talks by AnyTechTrial.com. And today's episode is going to be really very interesting as we are joined by Mr. Vemun Waksvik. It's an honor for me to inform you that Sir is Senior Vice President Marketing at synergysky and has an experience of over 4 decades in the tech world. A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Vemun.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me on your show.
And sir, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And I'm doing very fine. It's a great winter day here in Oslo, Norway, and I'm excited to be on your show.
Well, it's an honor to have you on our show, and let me inform you that it's not even warm in India. We are also facing the same crisis. Okay, so let's get started, sir. So during your almost 4 decades of journey, you have been at the heart of fast-paced tech world while curating and leading strategies across multiple market segments for global brands like Synergysky, Cisco, and more. Today, we hear a lot of buzz about digital communications and unified collaboration. We would appreciate if you can brief our audience about why do companies need them? And what are their key elements one should focus on?
It's a very big question, but let me start with the last 2 years. The last 2 years has proven that collaborations is important for any company. Collaboration used to be something that was internal in most organizations, and external communication was done by phone and email. But today, we have learned since the last 2 years that video communication and full collaboration across businesses, business to business, business to consumer, has become critical. It's not a question of need to have anymore or nice to have, it's a need to have in order to stay productive. With people working from home, with travel bans, but we can see that business is blooming all across the globe, and people have adopted into collaboration technologies. With my last 20 years, I've been working in the video communication and video collaboration space, and we have been trying to push, these type of technologies. In many ways. It started in productivity, then it went on to be a green alternative, and then it's about collaboration, it's about unification. But then the pandemic came and made my job much easier. Unfortunately for the pandemic, but good for business. And to stay connected and to be at business, you need to have collaboration today.
Today, brands understand the importance of a great customer experience as the latter is emerging as a key driver for purchase decision. They are investing into multiple technologies such as artificial intelligence, chatbots, virtual assistants, cloud, and many others, so that they can service the customers well. What do you think are the most exciting marketing trends at the moment, and how can one use them to increase brand awareness and user engagement in a B2B ecosystem?
Yeah, again, you have a big question. I'll try to answer my best. And what we see is that the mega trends that are starting with the adolescents are things like TikTok and social media, different channels around the world, but TikTok probably being one of the channels that are setting the stage. Yesterday I was in a traditional bookstore to buy a book for reading, and it used to be listing of books based on sales numbers, etc. Now in the bookstore they are rated on TikTok, so they are based on TikTok ratings. So even in a traditional industry like traditional books, TikTok has become, the channel for driving marketing, I could say, in terms of which books to buy. So definitely I would say, if you can communicate directly, if you can be direct, honest, and create content that feels that it's alive, I think that is the way it's going. So I would say that you should open the door to your teenagers and watch them, and then you can set the stage for how you will take the strategy on marketing. Of course, this doesn't apply for all the type of brands. If you go from manufacturing to pharmaceutical to all the different business of the world, but in an overlayer, I would say that listen to the kids and not copy, but do listen and try to stay relevant. Yeah, in my personal experience with chatbots, I see that that was a mega trend. I would say a few years back. Today they have become much more intelligent. If we are thinking like 5 to 8 years back, IKEA being one of the first to use chatbots didn't give you much help. Today they are a little bit better, but still I feel that chatbots do not serve the purpose in the business to business marketing, because in consumer it might help users, but I would say, and customers, but I would say in business to business, the intelligence is not applicable to our industry.
What started as a revolution with automating an email response has now spread to nearly every marketing channel today. Be it WhatsApp message, email, messenger, or any other form of communication. Brands are automating their responses on every channel to ensure a uniform brand experience. And so, as a seasoned marketer, what suggestions would you like to give to a growth phase startup for laying down its strong foundations at programmatic and performance marketing front?
To answer your question, I think we should go back to the basics of marketing. You need to understand what you're selling and who is your customer. So by understanding your persona, you can then choose the channel which you want to prefer to communicate with your persona. So that's my best advice, and typically a persona do not have all channels. You will find them either on chat or on WhatsApp or on video, or so that is depending on your business and who you're going after. So rather than trying to connect on all platforms, find the platform that suits your business and be good at one channel at a time.
2020 and 2021 has been a huge experiment in virtual working. Organizations are now in a better position to understand the impact of large-scale virtual working on productivity, engagement, and well-being. What lessons in hybrid working should technology leaders take into account when designing their strategies for teams in 2022?
Well, the last 2 years have definitely learned us that you do not know what tomorrow brings. That means that if you're going to stay, connected in a world that are changing so fast that we have seen now, you need to have, or you do not want to lock yourself on an island of technology. Any technology that you are choosing should be possible to adapt to other islands. And I can mention the platform we are on today is Zoom, which is not that interoperable with Teams, which are the other dominant player. and you have at least 20 of these players, which all are islands. I don't think that is a good strategy. So no matter technology, you should try to strive for having a vendor agnostic approach, and rather look at an open platform so that you can stay connected when the next shift is coming, because that is coming, and that is for sure. Because if we are looking back 2 years, no one knew what Zoom was. 2 years ago, Teams was a small player. 4 years ago, there was no Teams, there was Skype for business. 6 years ago, it was live communication server. 8 years ago, it was office communication server, and so on and so on. Look at the history before you are deciding on which technology you're going to go for tomorrow.
Today, almost all internet users are using video conferencing systems. They use meeting rooms and can't live without Outlook or Google Calendar. How is synergysky enabling them to efficiently improve and streamline their experience and administration? Also, we hear a lot of buzz about metaverse and virtual reality these days. With such tech stepping in, how does the future of video conferencing look like?
Interesting question. And that this has been my business for the last 20 years, as I mentioned. And to take a look at the technology first, HD video conferencing was introduced in 2007. That means that if you have a video conferencing device from 2007, it's still relevant because it produces high quality both audio and video. Over the years, we have seen, different attempts at personalizing it with having desktop units that you have on your desk that are dedicated for video, which is my favorite, by the way, rather than using my PC for both. Then you have had attempts at 3-screen systems, you have had attempts at holograms, you have had attempts, and what is, today's trend is to be able to blur your background, to send emoticons over live video. So I think that these recent innovations are less important. What is important is to have high audio and video quality and the ability to connect to anyone. You shouldn't be needed to connect or to talk to your IT guy in order to connect to a meeting. It should be just by press of a button. You accept the invitation and go to your meeting room and press a green button. That is what the user should be doing. As synergysky, we are a service provider that are vendor agnostic. We are partnered with both Cisco, Webex, and together also with Microsoft. And we are trying to bring these communication islands together with a server integration to the calendar. So if you book a meeting in Outlook or Google, we will take care of the rest and make sure that it's easy for you to connect, no matter what equipment you are connecting from. So the sad answer to your what is the latest and the greatest, I think that you need dedicated hardware for having good meetings. So you can have your computer for your notes and for your personal work, and you should have dedicated hardware for your video conferencing. And the equipment should, represent the other side with a natural size, so that I see you in the same size as I am, or if you would have been in the room. So keeping eye contact and high quality with audio video. Boring answer, but if we can get that to all offices, I would be happy.
So we would love to hear your thoughts about us. That is AnyTechTrial.com. What do you think about us?
Well, I do like a neutral channel, being vendor agnostic, giving people the ability and the option to test and try different software, and that you are diving in and trying to understand the different software and helping the users out there. So I like it as a concept, and I think and I wish you the best of luck.
So now is the most interesting part of this conversation. It's a game where we are talking about the rapid fire round, and you have to be really quick with this. So one word that comes to your mind about yourself.
Enthusiastic.
Food.
Rømmegrøt. That's my favorite Norwegian dish. It's the rømmegrøt, which is a sour cream porridge.
Okay. Okay, one word that comes to your mind about communication skills.
Integrity.
Your favorite book.
Sharantaram.
Your favorite quote.
Wow. In English, I do not have any, but in Norwegian, it's from the Per Gynt play after Ibsen, and it's Per, du lyver.
Favorite movie.
Godfather 1, 2, and 3.
Favorite productivity tool.
That must be synergysky.
A social cause you would like to work for.
People injured in traffic accidents.
Something you wish you knew earlier.
Everything.
Okay, well, that's great. And this has been a wonderful conversation with you. Thank you for your valuable insights and your valuable time. Thank you so much. Well, I really enjoyed this conversation. I hope you did as well.
I did indeed. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you everyone for watching AnyTechTrial.com. Stay connected with us, as we'll be back with our upcoming new episodes for all of you. You can also get connected with us through our website and also for other social media platforms. Thank you. Namaskar.